Hi everyone, and welcome to The Naked Truth. I am Jennifer Bleacher. I am one of your hosts this evening. Our other host, Lacey, is traveling for back home today, and she wasn't going to make it in time for the show. So we have a wonderful guest host with us. Her name is Finding Elizabeth. I've put a link to her channel below, so go check her out after the show. Finding Elizabeth, who do we have with us tonight?
Tonight we have Christine, a teeny tiny tummy for Christine. Christine, I can never get your name right.
It's okay.
And I first met Christine at
OH.
Sorry about that. I was getting some weird feedback. Christine, a teeny tiny tummy for Christine. I met her first at Obesity Health back in August and had the pleasure of spending some time with her last week at the Chicago meet and greet. So Christine, you want to tell us a little bit about you?
Okay.
Just a moment. Somebody has our show running in the background. One of you has our show running in the background.
I did, but I turned it off.
Yeah, okay.
I've got everything turned down. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I started out at 475 pounds, and that was back in 2011. And I was very anemic, and in order to combat the anemia, I went from being a vegetarian for 20 years and stopped being a vegetarian, and in the process of stopping being a vegetarian, I lost 60 pounds. And then I realized I had cancer, and I had to have surgery, and then that led me to combat the anemia, but then I'd already lost 60 pounds, and I was like, keep going. So I tried to do it the hard way, which is really just
another way?
The no surgery way.
The no surgery way.
Right. And it was very difficult. I struggled for a long time, like 9 months or so, trying to lose weight, very strict diet. And then my doctor was like, well, you have two choices. You can either take pills for the rest of your life, or you can have weight loss surgery. And I thought, well, I don't want to commit to taking pills the rest of my life. I'd rather have a surgery and be done with it, and then just have to follow the program and lose weight and stay healthy and be healthy. So that's what I did, and in May of 2013, I had May of 2013, I decided to have weight loss surgery. I finally had it in February of last year, and when I had surgery, I was at 398 pounds, and now I'm at 299.5 pounds.
Yay!
So, very exciting.
See, I did not know that you used to be a vegetarian, or I forgot that, because I used to be a vegetarian too. So, you said you lost 60 pounds when you stopped being vegetarian. Do you think it's because you stopped being a vegetarian, or do you think there's something else that caused that?
No. When I was a vegetarian, I was not a strictly healthy vegetarian. I was just, whatever wasn't an animal was fine, and I would eat cheese and milk and all that, but I would also eat all kinds of bread and carbs and junk and sugar, and I was trying to be healthy, but not really. And when I stopped being a vegetarian, it was to try to get as much nutrition into my body as I could, because I was failing nutritionally. And so I was trying to get as much nutrition as I could, so there was no room for junk. And also, at the time, my stomach was compacted because of the other stuff going on inside, and so I couldn't eat very much. So I was eating a very low-calorie, very high-protein diet, the same as we're supposed to after weight loss surgery. And that's partly why I knew it would work, because I had done it before. And when I had surgery to remove the cancer, it made more room for my stomach, and I was suddenly starving all the time. And so I knew that if I could combat the hunger, I could do it, because I did it before when I wasn't as hungry. So it seemed like it would work, and it has so far. I'm kind of a slow loser because it's been such a long journey that it's kind of had its ups and downs, but kicking it back into gear now.
Awesome. So, are you a vegetarian now, or do you eat meat?
No, I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of cheese and meat and dairy. I definitely try to include as much vegetables into my day as I can, but I definitely eat a lot of dairy and meat.
Okay. Sorry. See, I warned Elizabeth that I would be going off on things that came up. But we're going to do community celebrations, and then Elizabeth will ask our Facebook questions first. So you pull up the community celebrations. Okay, Monica.
Yay!
What's her YouTube name?
Sleeve McQueen.
Sleeve McQueen.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sleeve McQueen. Oh, I had it in my phone. Okay, Sleeve McQueen. Her surgery was approved this week.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm so happy for her. And she was at your meet and greet last week, right?
She was. She's a lot of fun.
She seems like she'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm
great
hoping
babies.
actually to get to meet her this summer. Kim can do it, and I are trying to arrange a little meet and greet up in Michigan while I'm up there on vacation. So hopefully we'll get to meet her.
I might need to go there.
Yes, you totally should go there.
Yeah.
Miss Beautiful Alicia, she completed her first 5K last week on St. Patty's Day, or that weekend, St. Patty's Day weekend. Did you guys see her video?
Mm-hmm.
So inspiring. So congratulations, Alicia. Nova Kim had surgery this week. Congratulations, Kim. Libra Chick. Okay, this week she celebrated her 2-year surgery, and she made this really long post about all these things that she's accomplished, and I just wanted to share some of them with you. I think she is very, very inspiring as well. She went from a size 22 to a size 4.
Gosh.
Yeah. She has competed in a 5K, a 10K, a 15K, 3 half marathons, and 2 10-milers. So,
Wow.
yeah, she's extremely athletic. She's always posting like what she looks like her workout gear and how she looks in her workout gear, which is awesome. She looks amazing. Michelle, I hope I say this right, Nenley.
Mm-hmm.
She's lost 185 pounds.
Wow.
Congratulations, Michelle. Stephanie VSG, she has lost 50 pounds. Woohoo! Heavy Delight and Junebug VSG, they have both lost 100 pounds. Actually, and Shrinking Sarah VSG. All 3 of them hit that 100-pound mark lost this week. So congratulations, ladies. Okay, we're going to go, Elizabeth's going to take us over to the Facebook questions.
Okay, and I just want to say, and Christine hit Twonderland.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Yeah. Congratulations. That just happened this morning, right?
Yeah, I was. Last week I weighed in and it was 301, and I remember on the Fat Kings the other night they were talking about how Walter had just got to 301, and I was like, oh, we're in a race to get under 300, and I don't know if I beat him because I'm sure he didn't weigh today. He was a little busy traveling and stuff, but I was like, I beat him, yay!
Well, you're the first one to post about it, so I think you officially
Yeah,
won.
you win. Yeah.
Right, but that's okay because I started way before him, so.
Okay, so everybody on Facebook is just talking about how great you are. I said that you should draw a freehand picture of Jennifer and Lacey because Christine is an amazing artist. She drew a picture of Kim Can Do It from memory on the the chalkboard at a place we went out to eat.
Yeah, the table had chalkboards on it. Yeah.
And it was like an amazing resemblance for not looking at anything. So
yeah.
You can do that later and send it to them.
Okay.
But that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So Spring Bishop said that you guys are not that far apart in terms of your surgery date.
Yeah.
And she asked if being a year out, do you see yourself eating more and more, or do you stop completely when you're full and go back for the rest later on?
Well, I'm definitely bad about stopping at the right time. I go past the point of fullness more often than I should because it's just stuff tastes good and it's hard to push it away. But I definitely am working on getting better at that because I should be able to eat a relatively good size amount of food and then just wait till the next meal. Another meal's coming.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I have to work on.
Yeah, I find that so difficult. I joke that my dog has gotten fat and needs weight loss surgery now because the only way I can guarantee I'm not going to go back in half an hour is to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But that's a real struggle.
I do that to David. I know, I like, not only do I make him eat my leftovers, like from a meal, like if we get something we shouldn't get, like a Girl Scout cookies, for example, then I'll have like one or two, and then I'll freak out and say, I cannot have these in the house. Go eat these, and then he'll take them away and like hide them and eat all the rest for me.
Well, you also have 2 little kids that can eat them too.
Right.
So.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's tough. I mean, I also throw stuff in the garbage can and put dishwashing liquid on.
Yeah, I saw your tip.
I don't think that's a real tip because that's like really eating disorder behavior. But.
Well, because we have to. Let's just talk about that for a minute. This is in reference to Losing Weight Kate's video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you didn't see it, she had an amazing video this week where she shows that the real struggle of wanting to eat things that we shouldn't eat or too much of what we shouldn't eat. And in her case, it was cookie dough that she had made at home. And she ended up putting it in the toilet. And I was thinking at the time, like, why the toilet? Why not the trash can? You know, because my thought as a homeowner is I don't want
your toilet's gonna clog.
Yeah, I don't want to clog the toilet. But I could see that. Like, she... You know, she thought she might go back to the trash can and get it, so that's why she had to put it down the toilet. But here's the thing, and this is really embarrassing to admit, but while she was doing that, like when she was going to dump it in there, I can't, like, this is what I was thinking is, don't do it, I'll eat it. Don't do it, I'll eat it. I'll take it. It looks so good to me. It's like, I know I have a huge problem with food. Like, I wanted that cookie dough so bad, just watching her. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, I totally.
So that's a good tip. If you do put it in the trash can,
put something gross on top of it so you won't go back and eat it. I've never gone back to the garbage can, but I don't want to tempt myself.
Yeah.
And I mean, because it's just me here, you know, I'll get a meal and I would, you know, half an hour would probably go back and eat it, and I shouldn't be doing that. So I just try to dump it.
And what you said, Christine, is a very good point. We do get to eat again. We can't just, it's not like there's a last chance to eat.
I think we all, at least some of us, have that mindset like, I have to eat this while it's in front of me. And, you know, like the last meal thing. It's like every meal's the last meal. Yeah. But I find like if I'm at work or even if I'm at home, if I just move the food away from my face, like the next room, I'm not going to eat it. But if it's sitting right in front of me, like when we would eat out, if it was still in front of me, I would pick at it. But if it was gone away from my face, I won't eat it.
See, that's good. See, I don't have that either. Like, if I have something really good in the refrigerator, like leftover, like, okay, today I went to a French restaurant and they had poutine on the menu.
Yeah.
You know how, like, how Gooch was always talking about poutine? I'm like, oh my God, poutine, I have to try this. So I ordered that and I was able to have like 3 or 4 bites, not very much. And I got home, and like as soon as I got home, so it was like an hour and a half later, I immediately had it. I had like more of it.
Yeah.
Because, like just knowing it was there, I wasn't looking at it. It wasn't in front of me, but I knew it was there. So I feel I sound so unhealthy, don't I? Like,
but I think that's natural. I mean, it's such a slippery slope. We didn't get to the weights we were by not really loving food.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's plenty of people who are watching this or will watch this later who are like, that's me. I do that same thing. It's not like you're the only person. Definitely not. You're the only person.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Facebook. Monica, Sleeve McQueen asked, do you consider yourself at goal or in maintenance yet?
No, I'm far from goal. I am, as of today, 104 pounds from my goal. And I'm definitely not at maintenance. Although the last few months I've kind of treated it like maintenance. It's kind of like I put pause on the whole thing. Like, let's just stay where I am. It's okay. I'll just eat pretty healthy and just not stress. Because I started so long ago on this weight loss process that it felt like I kind of needed a little break. And now I'm like, all right, get back to it. I went to my surgeon's office. I saw the nurse practitioner this week, and she's like, yeah, the first 12 months, you know, you really lose weight, and then another 6 months you can lose some more, and you really want to make the most of that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But she was still like, "You're doing great. You're doing great. You know, you've lost nearly 100 pounds in surgery. That's great." And I was like, "I know. I have to kick it back into gear." She says, "When are you going to do that?" And I said, "Oh, I already started."
When are you going to do that?
She wanted me to put a date on it.
But Christine, I have to say, number one, a huge difference in you since Obesity Help, since I saw you at Obesity Help.
Thank you.
And I think you were better than any of us in Chicago. And we went to eat at Graham Elliott's restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good.
We had a lot of good food.
Chicago has the most amazing food.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think you, kept it in line a lot better than some of the rest of us, myself included, who came back gaining 5 pounds.
Well, I think it made a difference that I didn't drink.
Yes, it made a big difference.
And I'm not going to say everybody else drank. Not everybody else drank. But every time we would go somewhere where there was a drink minimum, I was like, well, I'm not going to drink, so I'll get an appetizer, and everyone can share it, and that'll help everyone else too. So I was like, there, that way I'll meet the minimum. They're not going to kick us out. And I'll get to try something really good.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's it for the Facebook questions. I know there were a bunch of YouTube questions coming in already.
Well, yeah, there are. Before I get to that, I want to go back to the last question, Elizabeth. How far away are you from your goal?
I'm 80 pounds from goal right now. But I feel really good. I feel great. But there's still a long way to go. I don't know if I'll get to, my goal right now is 138.
That sounds so tiny.
It does sound very tiny. And my surgeon had said 140, but I've been 140 before, so I wanted to go just a little bit lower than that. But I don't know, because I'll probably have skin removal surgery. I'm just kind of let's see where I land. But I figure it's going to take me another year. It's going to take me another year, at least, to get this last 8 off.
Yeah, the last pounds are very, very hard.
Yeah.
It's
because on a good month, I'm losing 8 pounds a month now.
That is amazing. And
that's still really good.
And remind me how far out you are.
I'll be right after WLSFA will be my 1 year, so I'm 11 months.
Okay.
But I started we had to lose in our program. We had to lose 10% pre-op before they would approve our surgery. So I started in January of 2014, and I've lost almost 180 pounds since then.
Amazing. Oh, it blows my mind.
Now it's slowed way down.
Yeah. So what are you averaging now?
I'm shooting for 8 pounds. I had 1 month where I did 4.8, and that really kicked me into gear. And so last month I was, even with the 5 pound gain in Chicago, because my 11 month was while we were in Chicago, I still lost 7.6 pounds.
Wow.
So if I hadn't have gained that 5 pounds, it would have been 12 or 13.
Oh,
I have a feeling a lot of that 5 pounds is probably water weight.
Oh yeah, I've lost it. I've lost it now.
Yeah.
But it's been tough getting back. Just because I sort of ate what I wanted there, and I think we all made reasonably healthy choices except for the alcohol. It's hard to get out of that mentality of sort of eating whatever you want. I had ice cream there for the first time since surgery, but the good thing was I did not feel good after I ate it.
Yeah.
That is a good thing. I know that's probably an unhealthy thing too, but I like it when food makes me sick, because then I can't eat it anymore.
Yeah, I won't try. I won't try that again. I felt very quickly very bad.
I don't think I'll ever have a margarita again, even though I love them. I don't think I'll ever have a margarita again. I'll get my margarita tonight.
But it's 0-calorie margarita mix. But.
Oh, there you go. So I will get to the Facebook question. The YouTube questions. I know there's tons of people asking questions. I'm going to get to those soon. I just have one more question for Elizabeth and Christine before we do that. How many calories are you eating now, approximately, each day? We'll start with Christine.
Okay. While I was on my pause, I was getting as much as 1,400 or 1,500 calories when I was tracking everything. But I was exercising every day, so I was kind of okay, well, at least I'm kind of evening it out. But after I went to the appointment this week, I decided, okay, 1,200 is my limit. 1,300 maybe, but 1,200 is my limit. And it's very easy for me to get food in. I don't have a struggle to get food in. And I posted the other day, I was like, when I feel like I have a bottomless pit, I have to remember the foods that are very filling for me and eat those, because it's very easy for me to get a lot of food in.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been since early on in my weight loss. It's been...
I'm glad to hear other people say they have those days where they have a bottomless pit, because I definitely have those days. And I'm thinking, how in the world could this happen when I have such a tiny tummy? But yeah. How about you, Elizabeth?
So I was at 1,000 until my 9-month post-op appointment, and they told me that I needed to be at 1,280 grams of protein, because as much weight as I was losing, even with strength training, I was going to lose muscle. So since then, I've been at 1,200. And some days when I work out, because I work out pretty hard, I'll go up to 1,400. But it's, like Friday, totally, I ate so much food on Friday. And then today I can hardly eat anything. It's really, really weird.
Yeah.
I don't really have those, like, I can't hardly eat anything anymore, like those days. I used to have those days. But, so I just have my normal days, and then I have my bottomless pit days. Those are the days I have.
I'm with Jennifer.
Okay, I will get now to the YouTube questions, because we do have a lot. But first, I'm just going to go down the list and let you know who's here and say hi to everybody. Kim Can Do It is here. Sleeve McQueen, Miss Beautiful Alicia, VSG Granny, Seahorse for You VSG, Sleeve Rocker, Betty Lou Who, TNT Married with Sleeve, Tully VSG, MSPT 71.
Hi, Jennifer.
Is that her name, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know this one. Bunto Skiffler. You're new to me, so welcome. Liz L, VSG Kirk. Look at my shirt, VSG Kirk. Okay, so that's everyone who's here. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us live. And now I'm going to get to your questions. Just going to go in the order that they came in. So first, Kim Can Do It. Did Randy flirt with the Chicago cops?
Randy flirted with everybody.
And Randy is VSG Granny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just need to say, though, because I had to justify this to my son, because he thought it was totally politically incorrect that we did that with the Chicago police. Don't you know about the Chicago police? I'm like, oh, God. But they actually weren't the police. They were the security guards at the St. Patrick's Day.
I don't know about the Chicago police, but I like that picture. Is there a political problem?
I guess there's bad things about the Chicago police, and by me doing that, I was being very politically incorrect. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thank goodness our kids are there to tell us when we're being politically incorrect.
Just wait till yours become teenagers.
I could see that happening. Okay, let's see. Did anyone this is from Kim Can Do It, did anyone other than Randy get sucked into Monica's cleavage?
Monica's cleavage was like a vortex. It just pulled everybody in who was in its vicinity.
Well, it's so inviting. It's so inviting, you can't avoid it.
I say enjoy it while you still have it.
That's what I say. Next time we see her, it will probably not be so inviting.
Okay, the next question is from VSG Granny, and this is for Christina and Liz, and anyone else who's in the discussion who went to the Chicago meet and greet who wants to join in. But here's her question. What were your expectations of the others? Were they as you thought? And what most surprised you? Just so you all know, you are my favorite friends and always in my heart. Aww. Okay, so let's start with Christine. Your expectations of the others that you were meeting.
Well, several of the people I had already met, like Elizabeth and Jennifer and Betty Lou, of course, and Jessie, and so there were several people that I'd already met, so I knew who they were. But the other people, I didn't really know at all. I mean, like Monica, I hadn't talked with her very much before. I had just heard of her fairly recently, and Kim Stephanopoulos, I didn't really know her, but a lot of these people, as soon as I met them, I was like, oh my God, it's like I've known you forever. It's like we've been friends forever, and now we're just meeting up again. So my expectations were totally overstepped by reality. Reality was just awesome.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Me? Okay. So I had talked with Betty Luhu on the phone. So and she's been in our book group hangout. So she was, I mean, just more beautiful. I mean, everybody was. Yeah. Everybody was so much more beautiful in person than she doesn't do videos, but you know what I mean. But I think Randy was, what I expected, super great. Within 5 minutes, I was in love with her, and we were saying really bizarre things in front of the taxi driver, who probably thought it was a really weird ride. But the person who, I don't know if it was surprised me, but just delighted me was Kim, because she is just the most amazing person with the sweetest spirit. And because she doesn't do videos really, and she'd been in our book group but hadn't talked a whole lot, I didn't quite know what to expect. And she is just, like, now one of my most favorite people in the world.
Oh, that's Kim Stephanopoulos?
Yeah. I mean, they all are, but I was just really moved by Kim.
I hope she actually, we did a hangout last night, Elizabeth and I and a bunch of other people. She said that she was disappointed that she missed that, so we'll have to do another one with her sometime. Yeah.
That was really fun, I have to say.
That was. I don't get to do those very often. It's I have like all these rules I put in place for myself with social media to try to help that addiction. So one of my rules is I only do a Google Hangout when David is not at home. So last night he went out with a friend, and it was the first time in months that he'd gone out with a friend. So that's it. I get to do a Google Hangout.
So we need to get another hobby for him, right?
Yeah, I know. He needs more friends. His problem is, he's from Los Angeles, and he's been struggling. We've been here for 5 years, and he's made a few friends here, but he's been struggling because people from Iowa are a little different from his friends back home in Los Angeles.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So this is not exactly his scene.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get back to the questions. Okay, Betty Luhu, and I really like this question. I can't wait to hear your answer, Christine. She says, hey, Christine, how does the smaller meet and greet compare to the larger group like WSFA or OH?
Well, I'll say this. The smaller group, the height of our group was like 12 people, and at first it was like 4 people. And so it's much easier to communicate with people and to have conversations and get to know each other when it's a small group. I know when I went to OH, a lot of times we would split off into groups, but it was still so overwhelming because there were so many people we wanted to see, so many people we wanted to talk to, but there were just too many options. It was like being a kid in a candy store, just too much going on. In Chicago, it was a smaller group. We were able to do everything together and talk to each other, communicate, and say, what does everyone want to do? Let's do this, And I think at OH it was just different. It was just so much going on at once. It was like, well, what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, I want to do both. How do I do both? But yeah, that's the difference. It's just when it's a smaller group, it's much easier to communicate and plan what we're going to do, and everybody have a good time and get to know each other.
So are you planning on making this an annual event?
I would like to. I hadn't thought of it, but this one went so well, it makes me think we should. If not Chicago every year, maybe Chicago and then Michigan, or I think people should have more meet and greets. Not necessarily ones that I'm going to go to, but I mean when you had one, and then different people have had them all over, and I think people really appreciate the chance to meet in a central location and get to know people they wouldn't have met otherwise.
Yeah, and there's not a lot in the Midwest. There's the 2 coasts. There's not a lot for us in the Midwest.
They have meet and greets all the time.
Well, we don't here. I mean, the meet and greets that I've had, I mean, ours are the big things. But Christine, this reminds me of a question I wanted to ask you before that I forgot. At OH, didn't you come there like not really knowing too many people?
I didn't know. I had not met anyone in person.
So I know I've heard from a lot of people who are going to WLSFA for the first time and are a little nervous about it. And I was very nervous about it when I went. If I hadn't have had Patty to go with, I probably wouldn't have gone. Do you have any advice for those people in terms of how to connect with people or how to approach it?
Okay, get to know people who are going online ahead of time. Like, don't wait to meet people when you get there. If you know people are going and you know they're on Facebook, talk to them. Say, hey, I'm going too. I just wanted to get to know you, or you know, whatever. Watch their videos if they make videos. Just try to get to know people as much as you can ahead of time. And then when you get there, don't just sit on the wall like waiting for someone to come up to you, because people will come up to you, probably. But if there's somebody you want to meet and you want to get to know them, walk up to them and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and, you know, it's good to, I've been waiting to meet you, you know, or I've seen your videos, or I've seen stuff you said on Facebook, and it was really cool. Just make an effort to go meet them, and that's, when I got to OH last year, I walked up to the hotel, and a bunch of people I wanted to meet were sitting out front, and they just were like, oh, hey, and they come over, and I mean, I was lucky that way. But definitely push yourself past your comfort zone and try to. And
I have to say, I would have never known that you didn't know any of those people beforehand. I didn't know that till way afterwards. I would have thought for sure that you knew them ahead of that.
No. Nope.
But we'll all be at WLSFA. Everybody's here tonight.
Yes, yeah. And it's my first time, so I'm super nervous too. But I'm feeling better. Like, the more I interact with people, I'm feeling like, okay, like, you know, like, people are becoming more real. And so and once I think I meet them, then I'll be totally real. But yeah. So I'm getting less nervous, but I'm still a little bit nervous about that too. Yeah. Because I don't know, like, I'm very socially awkward. Like,
me too.
Are you? Like, I wouldn't see that.
I know.
With you. You seem very friendly, and I mean, I'm not. It's not that I'm not friendly, but I'm just socially awkward.
It's all on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put on the front most of the time, but yeah, I have a lot of social anxiety inside, so I have to push myself past my comfort zone a lot.
That's what I'm going to do, too. I'm just going to push, because I know that we have such a limited amount of time there. I don't want to waste any of it. So I'm just going to push through it.
And I was inspired by you. You volunteered for a couple of things at WLSFA, and so I volunteered for a couple, too. Like the Dream, I think it's called Dreams Come True, or I Never Thought It Would Happen, or something like that. It's a panel that Mama Rose and Chris are going to be on, and I'm going to volunteer at that station, like, as people come in. Yeah. And then for the gala, for the black and white gala, I'm going to volunteer at that too.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, see, I volunteered for the newbie meet and greet. I'll be the greeter at the newbie meet and greet as people come in the door. And then I volunteered at the registration table for 2 hours. Now I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that because it's going to take up 2 hours. But on one hand,
you'll be meeting people.
I'll be meeting people as they come in, so that will be really, really cool. I'm so excited. When I went up to they have a volunteer page where you can volunteer for different events, different things. And when I got to that page, like, I clicked on like 10 things at first, and then I had to like scale back because I realized, well, after a couple things, I'm probably going to want to like just walk around and socialize. So yeah. But they're still looking for volunteers, so anybody who's going, definitely check out their volunteer page and see how you can help.
Okay, I will do that. I did not volunteer for that.
No pressure.
You don't have to, but I just thought it would be a good way to meet people I wouldn't necessarily walk up to, people who will be walking up to me. Plus, I think it's going to take away some of my social anxiety because it'll be like, I'm there for a reason. Yes. I'm not just there to meet people, I'm there for a reason.
Doing that will completely alleviate my social anxiety. If I'm working or if it's my job or I'm volunteering, so I volunteer at the Des Moines Playhouse too, like, it's my job, that I'm not socially like awkward.
Right.
It's when I'm being myself with somebody. Here's my thing. It's really weird because I don't know if you know this, but I graduated super early from high school. I started college when I was 16. So I've always felt like a little out of place. Like I always felt like everyone's older than me, everyone knows so much more than me, and I've never been able to kind of shake that. And I also feel like I don't know if I have anything interesting to say. So, that's caused me a lot of social anxiety. But there's something about WLSers, because I started a local support group here. There's just something and then I had the meet and greet. There's just something about WLSers that immediately make me feel comfortable. It's like we've been at the same place. Yeah. We can all understand that no matter what, we've been somewhere together. And
well, it's not just like we've all had surgery. I mean, lots of people have surgery, of different kinds of surgery. And it's not that it's the same kind of surgery. It's the same or similar history, similar background, similar experiences, like similar being, the fat kid in the room or being, the overweight person at the store looking for clothes or whatever. You have similar histories.
Yes.
And that's really amazing because I know I never had any other friends who had experienced that kind of thing.
We found each other.
I know. And I have to say, the Chicago meet and greet was the first social gathering where I really felt no social anxiety and felt totally just playful, as you could see by all the planks we were doing all over the place, and just totally
it seemed like most of the time everybody was so comfortable with each other.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question. I really wanted to go to the Chicago meet and greet. I originally planned on going until I just realized I couldn't afford it. Right. Oh, you guys don't even know how many different angles I went at to try. I looked at the buses and the trains, and I talked to my parents. I did so many things to try and get there. And then I saw you guys all getting there, and it brought me so much joy to see how happy you all were together. But then, okay, so here's another side of that though. If you have another event next year, I was thinking, I kind of missed my chance to join.
Not at all.
No. Which I know it's ridiculous, but I'm thinking if I have this thought, then there's probably other people who have that thought too. So what would you say to somebody if you do decide to have it again next year?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I would want as many people to come as who want to come. The bigger, the more the merrier. The bigger the group, the better. I mean, and if it was 30 people, that's okay. 10 can do this thing, 10 can do this thing, and then everybody meet up for dinner. I mean, with a group we had that was fairly smallish, it was really easy for everyone to do the same thing. But I think if the group was bigger, everybody could still meet each other at dinner or at lunch or whatever, and have a big get together. But you would still be able to do lots of things in Chicago. And not everybody would want to do the same thing necessarily.
And I think Monica did a video, Steve McQueen, about the meet and greet that made me bawl. But she was talking about how she thought that she would feel kind of outside of the group because she hadn't had surgery yet. All of us had surgery, and she hadn't had surgery. But I mean, she said she didn't feel that at all. She felt accepted. I think that would be the case of anybody. I mean, there were some of us who were there for the whole time. There were some, Jennifer, MSPT, I could never remember her name, but she was watching before you said, she just came for dinner, and we went to see a psychic, and when I came down, Christine had been talking about Jennifer, but I wasn't connecting the name to who she actually was, and then we came down the stairs from seeing the psychic, and there she was, and I was so excited to see her, because I love her personality on her videos, and I just think, it's a really accepting group, and I hope that she felt really accepted, even though she could only come for dinner.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's good to hear you say that. I mean, I assumed that was the answer, but it's good to hear you say it.
And a couple of people have said that they found it really, not click. I mean, I know there's all this stuff about clicks, whatever. But, I think everybody really tried. I know I did. It's every night I wanted to sit next to somebody different.
Yeah.
So that I could get to know them, because it's tough when you're in a big group of people, and I think everybody was that way. I mean, we all just wanted to get to know each other, and that will be the way next year if there's new people who come.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. TNT Married with Sleeve, and I think it's Tiana talking, because TNT is Tiana and Tim, so I think this is Tiana talking. She wants me just to make an announcement to anybody who's watching, anybody who's out there. She is looking for a roommate for WSFA for Saturday night and Sunday night. So if you are looking for a roommate as well, please comment on her message and let her know that you're looking for a roommate. Okay, so VSG Kirk didn't have a question for us, but he did say that we're all looking lovely this evening. So he said, "Lovely ladies." So thank you, VSG Kirk.
Thanks, Kirk.
I should have.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I should have told you to wear your T-shirt, Christina. I'm sorry, Christine.
Well, you know what? I do have that T-shirt, but the biggest size was extra large, and extra large is still a little small for me. I put it on and took a little picture, but from the waist down, it does not fit. So
these are tight.
Yeah.
This is a large that I'm wearing too, and it's like let me show you, like around here.
Yeah.
It's tight around there.
and generally, like when I exercise or whatever, I will wear 2X tops to exercise, but they're really snug on my hips because my hips are still out of proportion with my upper body. But yeah, extra large was not gonna fly. But I'm saving it. I'm going to wear it when I get to that size.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say to Kirk, I was watching the last 50 Shades of Maintenance today, and I just so love him, and I love his attitude about his body. And I wanted to ask him, do girls go to that Korean spa thing? It actually sounds kind of fun.
It does. That's a good question. Or is that just exclusively for men?
Is that just a guy thing? I don't know.
It's a good question. Since everyone's
body exfoliated, that sounds kind of
well, since everyone's naked the whole time, I would think they would have it like separate, but maybe not.
See, I went to this in Budapest, Hungary. I went to something like this, a Turkish bath, and it was amazing. And they did have a separate section for the men and the women, and you are naked the whole time. But I didn't know we had anything like that in the U.S. So,
yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know about that. And I was like, oh, that's
you'll have to let us know. Let us know, Kirk. I love that kind of stuff. I love getting massages and all that girly stuff. Okay, Sleeve McQueen wants to meet me too. Yay! So hopefully Kim can do it, and I every year my family rents a home in Michigan for a week. So we're trying to get it's in Ludington. So if anybody's going to be in Michigan near the Ludington area, we're going to try to get together at least one evening while I'm there. So so let us know. You can let me know, or Kim can do it, and we'll get something set up. Oh, okay. Liz L. And Elizabeth, I think this is the one that was on our hangout last night. She's from Australia, right? Yeah. So she wants to know, because she says for Aussies who don't know such thing, she wants you to explain the minimum eating out. I think this goes back, Christine, when you were talking about the drink.
Oh, the minimum drink.
Drink minimum. Yeah, when you go someplace and it's like free to go there, but you have to have a certain number of drinks so that they're making money. So they'll have like a 2-drink minimum or a 1-drink minimum, and when you don't drink, you still have to get something, or you know, they don't want you to come in and not buy anything. So I was buying appetizers because I don't drink.
So it was more about the drinks, not that you buy a minimum amount of food.
No, just and we went to 2 places that were like that. We went to like a burlesque drag show. It was like that.
So fun.
Oh, and that was a big surprise too when Lorraine did that plank there. And then what was it? The Sky Room or whatever that was like on
the Signature Room.
Signature Room. That was amazing.
Yeah. Because at the John Hancock building, which is like the second tallest building in Chicago, you can either pay to go to their tourist destination of the 360 floor where you can see all around Chicago, or you can get drinks and go to their lounge, which is basically the same level, and get the same view for drinks.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I've been to that level, but I didn't know you could do drinks.
Yeah, you can do drinks instead of just the view.
How fun. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say there's another thing you can do there now, which I don't think anybody did, because I think Randy, VSG Granny, was the only one that went to the 360 floor. But they have these windows that you can stand in a window, and it tilts out over the ground
That
while
sounds
you're
so fun.
standing there.
No,
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Mhm.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what was really fun about the signature room? It was like the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, and they were super, super crowded.
Yeah.
And we had taken different paths to get there, so 4 of us got there first, and they were going to make us wait for everybody else to get there to give us a table for like 8 or 10. So I said, oh, no, it's fine. Just seat us now, and we'll. And we were all able to fit around this little table,
Yeah.
like 8 or 10 of us, which would have
We
never
just pulled
happened a year
chairs.
ago. Yeah.
Group NSV.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we have a few more people joining us. VSG Pepper is here. VSG Lynette, the Husky guy. No one's stopping me but me.
Crazy.
Zen Maiden is here. Mrs. Haggerty. Michael May is here. I'm assuming it's Michael. It says sizzle this, but I think it's Michael. And No Limits is here, so wow, quite a few people have joined us. This is one of our higher audience shows. So I'm going to look for questions. The Husky guy was asking about our Facebook page for The Naked Truth, so I put a link to that in response to him if anybody wants to go check that out. VSG Lynette just wanted to let you guys know that she loved all the planking photos across Chicago.
Well,
Okay,
Elizabeth started that. Elizabeth did a
No,
plank, and then
Actually,
somebody
Kim
else.
Can Do It. No, Kim Can Do It
Yeah.
actually started it.
Right. She said you got to do it everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in homage to her and her not being there, we started
Right.
it, and it got to be a big joke.
Yeah.
And now I'm still doing it here. I went out for drinks last night with my friend who's a fitness instructor, and we're trying to come up with a good place to do it. I think everybody, this is my challenge to everybody, go do planks in weird locations and post them on Facebook with the hashtag WLS planks.
Well, I think Lorraine's plank on the airplane is going to be hard to top.
Yeah, that's hard to top.
She wore a princess. She planked on the aisle of the airplane.
And who took that picture?
Probably a stewardess or something.
Yeah. It's like, so, okay, this must be an inside joke, but Sleeve McQueen saying, a vortex, bah.
Oh, her boobs.
Oh, the boobs. Okay, now I got it. Okay. Sorry. Michael VSG is saying that he is more comfortable around his WLS friends. I feel that they can get me and they understand me better. And I have to agree with that. Like, I have friends in real life, of course, but I am more comfortable with my WLS friends. And I think once I get to meet people in person, it's just that connectedness is going to grow even more. So I could see that. I'm just looking. I don't see any more questions.
Well, I want to, while you're pausing for a minute,
Okay.
I want to make sure that I say how much I appreciate all the help that Betty Lou Who offered in this, organizing this whole thing. She's a planner, and so she was able to help me plan everything. I mean, she did a lot of work to pull this all together, to set up the hotel, to help choose restaurants and everything that we were going to be doing. And even during the weekend, she was planning, let's all go to this restaurant. I mean, I have to give her a lot of credit and a lot of thanks for everything she did.
Awesome. Thank you, Betty Lou Who.
And she's beautiful, and she has the best shoes ever.
That's true. and she can knit a cable like nobody's business.
Okay, we have one final question here from No Limits. She is 2.5 weeks out, and she wants to know how long each of us waited before we started doing more than just walking for exercise. So I'm going to let Elizabeth answer this first.
So I was set up with a trainer beforehand, but I didn't get released to work out with weights until 2 months post-op. So I started at 2 months post-op.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I was walking 2 miles a day, like before surgery, right the day of surgery, and for like 8 weeks after. And then at about 8 weeks, I started using resistance bands, but I didn't go to a gym until like 8 months after surgery. That's when I signed up for a gym, and I've been going about once a week. So I'm not an athlete. I'm not an athletic person. I'm not a gym person that much, but definitely walking does a lot of good. So do the walking.
And Island Sneezer, welcome. She just wanted to chime in that she is here. So, welcome. Okay, for me, I was cleared for all exercise at 6 weeks, but I really just stuck to walking until I started doing the Couch to 5K program. And then that's when I started to change up what I was doing. And since I have injured my knee, I've now turned to weights. But I really wish I would have started lifting weights at that 6-week mark when I was, the more and more I read and learn about how important it is to lift weights. Mm-hmm. I think especially for us as we're losing our muscle, we need to be building it.
So important.
Yeah, so my recommendation is as soon as you're cleared to lift weights, you should start a program. I know we were talking last night with Michael VHG about this. He started a weightlifting program that he really likes, and I think either that or like what you're doing, Elizabeth. I think the kind of the stuff that you do with your trainer is also weight bearing. It seems like
it is, and then we do weights too. I just haven't shown that, but it's circuit training, so. Yeah, and it's made a huge difference in the shape of my body and just it feels so good to be strong. The whole idea, 2 years ago, if somebody would have told me I would be planking all over Chicago, I'd be like, "What? You're on crack."
Well, I was pretty.
know what that is.
I was pretty impressed with you and BSG Granny Randy, when you guys were doing yoga and doing side planks, and I was like, oh my God, this lady is an athlete.
Yeah.
I have so much to do to get to that level.
Me too. I have lost so much muscle since having the surgery that I feel so weak. I feel so weak that sometimes it's hard to sit up straight because my back feels weak. I want to strength and all that. I'll have to talk to Elizabeth some more after the show.
You got to watch her videos that she does with her trainer.
Yeah, I have them, and I made a playlist for myself. You can make YouTube playlists. So I have a personal trainer playlist, and I'm every time they make a video, I'm adding it to that list. So I can do that.
When we get time, we're going to put playlists together too of what a workout would be, so that people can do those.
Cool.
I was on vacation, he's on vacation, so we missed a couple weeks of doing it. But we have a lot of ideas of what we want to do with that, so that people who don't want to go to the gym because they're uncomfortable or can't afford to go to the gym can be getting some guidance for things that they can do at home with very minimal, if any, equipment.
And it just occurred to me that somebody might not know what we're talking about, but Elizabeth has started another channel with her personal trainer. And what is it called, Elizabeth?
It's WLS Trainer.
Okay, and I will find the link to it, and I will put it. I will add it to the description box below. I already have a link to Elizabeth's channel, her normal channel, and a teeny tiny tummy for Christine's channel is below. But I will add the WLS Trainer channel to the description box, so you can check that out. And then also, Christine has on Facebook. She has a group called Let's Get Physical, right? Is that
yes? Yeah.
Which and that's a place for us to drop our sweaty selfies and all that kind of stuff, which I haven't really taken advantage of because up until recently I had a separate WLS page, so I just put everything on there. But I know now that I'm back to my normal page that sweaty selfies aren't going to be so accepted, so I think I might start posting on Let's Get Physical.
Well, I think a lot of people, I have a separate page too, and I think a lot of people who don't have a separate page need groups outside of their normal page so that they can be more candid and ask candid questions and, post sweaty selfies and not have their whole family see them.
Yeah, that was probably the hardest thing I've had to do was to close my WLS page. That for the first week, I was almost depressed about it. I kept saying I feel like my wings have been clipped, because I felt so free on my WLS page. But it's just what I needed to do to heal some broken relationships. But anyways, any last comments or questions before we go, ladies?
Just thank you for doing this. I think it's really great, and thank you for asking me to be on. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you for being on. I was so glad that you were able to do it last minute like this. And Christine, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you both.
Okay, well, I just wanted to give my brothers over at the Fat Kings channel a quick shout out. Check out the Fat Kings. They're live on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And they actually got to get together this weekend. So if you're on Facebook and you're friends with them, you probably saw some pictures. Super jealous. Wish I could have been there with.
I think Walter is going to do a world tour. That was just the first stop.
Oh, is it?
I think
Maybe
so. That's what I get. Yeah, I think so. He's just a roundabout way. He's going to go around the whole country. He's just going to start on the East Coast and
work his way around. Okay.
Right. And then somehow get to the middle.
You'll probably go all the way around and then come back to the middle.
Right.
Okay, thanks, ladies. Everybody, have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Jennifer.